Hi everyone, today's self-care practice is called art play, something very near and dear to my heart. So I'm going to teach you an actual structure for doing some art play today. So you may need to pause this video and get something that you're going to practice with as you watch the video. So something you're going to draw. It could be either from an object or a photograph. So for me, I chose this little cat statue. Go ahead and get your object now, and then we're gonna just get present. So when you're ready, feet connected to the floor, you can put your hands on your lap, get nice and tall in your seat. You can close your eyes or not, and just take a moment to just let your spine be straight, and just starting at the top of your head as you breathe in. Start to become aware of any tension that's there, any stuckness. And relax your jaw. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. Start moving down your body, relaxing your arms, your chest and midsection. Really sense your seat in your chair. Relax your legs down into your calves. And then sense all 10 toes connected to the floor. Here we are, welcome. So the reason why I chose art play today is, well, first of all, let me just say, this is the place where we let go of any need for it to look a certain way. This process is not about, oh, this looks so beautiful, I'm creating this amazing thing that I'm going to show everyone. Right now, this process we're doing is for the sake of focus and inviting in creativity. Because when we create and actually concentrate, that's what happens. Our brain starts really focusing in, and we get actually what's called into a flow state. And this happened to me last night when I was doing this process. I looked up at the clock and 2 hours had gone by because I just was so into it and I was so concentrated. I lost track of all time. And so that's kind of what we're going here, right? It's to kind of get out of the mind, get into the focus, have some fun, and just let time go by and be in the present moment with our own creativity. The other things I want to say is creating art can not only bring us joy, but it can also really impact our mental well-being. It impacts our mood and even our our attitude of what we're bringing, because we get into this state. It's almost like a kind of meditation, this flow state that we get into when we draw. And researchers have found that meditation actually changes your brain matter. And when those changes occur, they lead to this improved mood, improved memory, and stress reduction. So this is a great activity just to calm your nervous system and feel good. All right, so before we begin, I want to introduce the process, and then we'll settle and I'll take you through it. So the process is we're going to draw something. I'm going to draw my little cat. And you don't have to be an artist, but you do have to know about the 5 elements. And I got this technique from a book called Drawing with Children. It's an amazing book. You can tell I have like pages coming out, sticky marks. I've used it with kids and adults. It's a super fun book. And it presents 5 elements that are used in drawing. 2 from the dot, called the dot and circle family, and the other 3 are the line families. So let me just show you what they look like. We've got the dot. It can be just, it's basically a filled in shape that's circular or kidney bean shaped or elliptical. And then the circle family it's not filled in. And then the line family is straight lines, right? You can see there's all different thicknesses, types, and amounts. Curved lines. So it doesn't quite make a circle, right? There's no attachment there. Even goes into the spiral. And then angles. And those are basically straight lines connected together to create those angles. This is all you need to get into your art practice. So I'll put that here, and when we begin the drawing practice, you'll be able to see it while I'm also drawing. All right, so let's warm up. Get your hands nice and warm. Let's get ready to draw. We're gonna really relax our eyes. So get your hands warm by rubbing them, and then just place your hands over your eyes. Don't put pressure on your eyeballs, but just let the heat be there, and put your attention now to the space behind your eyeballs. And as you breathe in and concentrate, I want you to just relax that space behind the eyeballs. Become aware of your breath and your jaw. Relax your jaw. And then relax behind your eyeballs just a little bit more. Okay, we're ready to start. So I'm going to change the camera angle so you can see what I'm doing, and I encourage you to get your object and start with me. So I like to start with a black marker, and I don't use pencil because I consider mistakes to be gifts, and so I'm not going to be ever erasing as I do this process. Remember, we're working with these shapes: the dot, the circle, the lines, the curved lines, and the angles. And as you look at your object, I want you to start to look at it, and you could even be doing this from a picture, like, where are the angles? Where are the dots? Where are the curved lines? And break it down and really start to see this object as shapes. So I'm just gonna play here and do it really rough and pretty quick. So just finding my way. It does not have to be perfect. It's just gonna have its own shape. And you may decide as you get going, oh, the object I chose is too complicated. So I'm gonna go, I'm just gonna do the face for this demo. You may do your whole object. So just finding the curved lines. They're not gonna be perfect. Finding the dots. You may not want to color in the dots yet. You may just have them be circles, because I'm going to teach you a little bit about some coloring too as we do this activity. I recommend when you do this at home on your own to not play music and just let yourself get into that quiet zone. Obviously, this is the shortened version here, so I'm going to talk to guide you, but when you try this again later, see where it takes you. So just keep going, finding your way, keeping it simple. And you can even go for bigger shapes, right? You don't have to do all the detail if you don't want to do all the detail. So I'm going to leave it at this for mine because I wanted to talk to you a little bit about filling in. Let me just add this little guy here. Boom. All right. I got my cat and I got my sketch. And then what I like to do is I tend to use colored markers. I love highlighters. They're pretty inexpensive and fun. And then I get just some like loose little markers. I've got some Crayola markers here too that work. Crayons are fine, colored pencil, whatever you have. And I just start using the elements to fill in the space, meaning it's not going to make sense. I'm not going for perfect shading. I'm not going for, oh, it has to look totally three-dimensional and perfect. I'm really just playing with color and lines and shapes and seeing what wants to come out of me as I create. So there's no right or wrong way to do this. It can be really fantastical. And in fact, I really want to encourage you to get a little bit wild with it and let the color come in and just play. Some areas you may fill in a shape all the way with color, and other areas you may choose to just keep it kind of textured by using lines or squiggles. And I found as I kept going, especially last night, and I got sunk into the flow of it, right? Like the quiet space. I found that I really, I just kind of intuitively knew where I wanted to go with it. And I started getting really creative. It was super fun. My body was relaxed. So I want you to enjoy this process. I'm just going to do a little bit more just to show you my color in and how I do that. See, we can get creative here. It doesn't have to be the norm. I can have a purple and green cat with striped arms. It's all good. Let's do one more. I'll bring this in solid. So keep working on yours. Get your color blocked in. Enjoy the process. And, you know, you can take longer. I'm doing this kind of quick just to give you the demo. But trust your intuitive pulses and really let yourself play with it. All right. I like to sometimes do a little outline too with a thicker black and then put color behind that. So yeah, I'll try this one here. So kind of outlining my whole shape. Something that an artist said on a podcast, I can't even remember. I think it was Shiloh Sophia. She's in Sonoma County, California. And she started a quote, and I couldn't remember the whole thing, so I kind of made up the rest of it. So she said, when we create, we remember who we are. Love that. And then she said, when we remember who we are, ... And I didn't get the end of it. So I'm going to say, when we remember who we are, that is when we can respond from an empowered place. And this is super important in our leadership, in creating the world we want to live in. And even as we face stressful times and moments that just feel like, whoa, what is going on here? All right, so I'm almost done. I'm going to take the yellow highlighter and do one more pass with the outline just to make this baby pop. I was surprised last night when I was doing this how graphic-y and just kind of fun and playful the images that I drew came out. And I'm going to show you a few of those in a minute, and then I'll post them also on my Facebook page. All right, so here's my cat. This is what I got. Let me just tilt the camera up so we can see each other. And I'll just share some of the other things that I came up with last night just in playing. Look, I got detailed with it. It was super fun. And then I did a self-portrait of me wearing my mask on March 2020. So enjoy the process, have some fun, and I would love to see what you end up creating. If you'd like to post something on my Facebook page, it's Kimberly Elliott, or you can go to my Instagram, and I don't think you can post there, so I'll probably be on Facebook. All right, well, thanks a lot for listening today, and let's get creative. Enjoy.